Welcome, my name is Matt, or DaBeast34, and today I'll be showing you how to make a free banner using Pixlr E, which is an online editing software that requires no downloads to use. So first off, to create this banner, it's going to be for YouTube, and the banner dimensions for YouTube is 2560 by 1440. I'm just going to name this YouTube. So name it something and you'll have the dimensions. So the second link in the description will be to an Imgur link, and that will contain template for a YouTube banner. So once you've downloaded that, just file, open image, then I'm gonna hit original. Make sure it's 2560 by 1440, hit apply. Unlock that layer, Control C, go back to the first one, Control V. Now you can X out of that document you opened. You're gonna want to lock this by right-clicking and hitting locked. Now you're going to want to head to the shape tool, the line tool, change this to red, go above here, click, and then hold shift and drag down. Now you can head to the arrange tool. So Control C, Control V, drag these along the color changes essentially. So within this first section is where you'll want to keep your main text, because this is what mobile users will be seeing. Within that next section is what tablet users will be seeing, and within that next section is what desktop users will be seeing. Within this entire rectangle is what TV users will be seeing. So once you have your lines that are somewhat lined up, you're going to want to lock all them. So now right click and just lock all them. So now click the background copy layer. I'm going to unlock it for now. Select the marquee tool. If you mess something up, just hit Control D. But I'm going to drag from just above this color change to just below the color change, so we have a little bit of extra room. Now I'm going to hit delete with this background layer selected, and Control D to deselect. Now I hit V to get back to the arrange tool. I'm going to lock this layer again. So for the sake of this tutorial, you may not have layer 1. So let's say you didn't have a layer 1. You would just hit add and add an empty layer. Now drag that layer to the bottom. Hit G to get to the gradient tool, find a gradient you like, and then just drag it like so. Here you can just keep on messing with the gradient until you get something you like. If you want to modify the gradient, you can drag this to change where the yellow starts and ends, or you can change the color entirely. But once you have a gradient that looks somewhat decent, you can head to the arrange tool. We're not going to be using this layer, so we can lock it. Next up, we're going to want to add a rectangle to the background. So I'm going to go to the shape tool, rectangle, and select a rectangle that fills this entire area, including the TV, which we don't see for now. I'm going to change this fill to white and go back to the fill, and I'm going to add a pattern. It will be these bars here, but I'm going to rotate it to a 90-degree angle. You can select any pattern you'd like. Now you can change the scale. So something like that is looking good for now. You can always change this later. So now I'm going to turn the opacity down by right-clicking and turning it down to about 25. So if you wanted, you could modify the gradient by unlocking it and then just changing that, but this is optional. So once you have that done, you can add the text layer. So the font we're going to be using for this tutorial is Dakota. So if you don't have this font installed, head to the dafont.com link in the description, download it, extract the zip file, then find the .ttf. Once you find the Dakota.ttf file, you're going to want to isolate that and make sure it is not in a zip file. Well, first make sure this is locked and make sure that's locked too. Then hit the text tool, add a new text layer. So to import the font, just go here, add local font, find that .ttf file you isolated, and then just double click it. You can hit edit, and then type Dakota with a capital T at the beginning only. Everything else is lowercase. Drag this to the top. I'm going to go back to T, just for now, change this to white. The point of this is to get that underscore. So I'm going to select the marquee tool. I'm going to try to drag this so it's only selecting the underscore. Control D to unselect if you mess up. Once you have this underscore selected, hit Control C, make sure you're on that Dakota layer, Control V to paste. Now delete the Dakota layer. We do have a little bit of extra, so I'm just going to erase that with the eraser tool, which I got to by hitting E. So now we have the underscore layer. Sometimes this scaling box is way outside, so you need to zoom out with the scroll wheel. I may just actually extend it by holding shift. The next step is going to be to add another text layer by hitting T, add, typing your name, And going back to the arrange tool, drag your name to the top. I'm going to change the font to white. I think actually all caps would probably look better. So now it's centered. I'm going to go back, drag this underscore to the top so it's easily editable, and then just change it to something like this. I may actually turn my name slightly. Okay, so that's looking good so far. The next step is adding some social media logos at the bottom. To do this, a trick is to install the font, which will be another link in the description. Once you download this font, same thing as before, just find it. This actually may be an OTF file, but just find it and import it to Pixlr. So once you've imported that font, you're going to want to add a text layer. So hit T, add text. You're actually going to want to go back to the stefont.com link, find the media logos you want, and then find the letter that corresponds with it. So D for Twitter, Q for Instagram, and lowercase a for Twitch. So knowing that, again, find that social media font, drag it to the top so it's easy to edit. Hit edit, and now type the letters you know about. So I'm typing DQA. Going back to the text tool, I'm going to change that fill to white and make that smaller. You can put these logos wherever you want, but I think over there it looks fine. I'm actually going to turn the opacity down a little bit. The next step is actually going to be to add more texture to the background. So I'm going to head to shape 14, Control C, Control V. Now I'm going to head back to the shape tool with this duplicated layer selected. I'm going to add another texture, and that's going to be these X's. So that scale looks fine. You can always change it later. I'm going to turn the transparency down. So now I've added that other texture to the background. The last step here is just going to be to add a little bit more texture for desktop users. So I'm going to add another shape by going to the shape tool, custom, and I'm going to go with this one here. Click out of that, hold shift to maintain the proportions. So again, to make this a priority selection, just drag it to the top or lock everything else. Make sure then to hold shift to compress this and center it with the middle just so it's easier to duplicate. So it's centered everywhere and that middle circle is centered, so it'll be easier to duplicate on the side. Now this obviously doesn't look good, so I'm going to change this shape by going to the shape tool. I'm going to go to fill, change that to white, pattern, and go to these lines. So that's looking pretty good. You change the scale again. There we go. I'm going to change this opacity to 70. Go back to the arrange tool. I'm actually going to drag this back down below background copy. I'm going to hit Control C, Control V to copy that. Again, since everything's moving around, I'm probably going to need to lock these other layers. So back to the copy layer. I'm going to drag this so that circle is centered on the top because that's what I centered before, and it's centered in the middle. So now it's perfectly centered on both sides. The last step will be to uncheck these guidelines, and you can uncheck that background layer. So what will only be rendered for basically everyone except TV users is this middle section. But for TV users, just in case, I'm going to uncheck that background copy layer. I'm going to file, save it as a JPEG, and max quality. So now that you could just upload this to YouTube, and what would only show to desktop users will be this entire thing here. TV users will see everything, and mobile users will just see what's inside there. So that's it. If you enjoyed this tutorial, check out the logo tutorial on a similar style logo if you haven't already. Leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed. That's it. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time.